So
hello guys, it's already third episode of our podcast Chat with Celebrities and second episode of MSC Crew Live. This time we're gonna talk with Master. He is from spa department, and actually I'm not very knowledgeable about this department, so as well for me it's gonna be very interesting to know about it. So, hi, Master, and welcome to our podcast. And let's start.
hello.
So we know you're from spa department. Tell us, what do you do? Like, what is your specific position? What you do? What are your responsibilities? And what actually made you to work on board?
Yes, hello. My name is Master, as she said, and in spa department we have a lot of kind of service like massage and also hair service like haircut, color, blow dry, and we also receive kids, old people, the all of ages. And my function is specifically do everything related of hair, like wash, shampoo, cut, blow dries. Also, I take care of the space, the beauty parlor, like beauty salon, the sauna, the thermal area, the gym too. We take care of the whole spa like a team. Hello?
No.
Yeah, sorry. Um, so as I understand right, it's a boutique like with makeup and everything. So can you describe how your day looks like?
So my day, they passed like very slowly, but the weeks they pass like very faster. But it depends like the movement of the spa. Sometimes we have a lot of work to do, and then the day pass very fast. We didn't see when suddenly it's night and you are going to your cabin. There are some days when we don't have like too much guests to receive. It's a very long day. The things going very, very slow. But at all, it's like very nice because every day is a different country, a different city, you know. It's always a, oh my God, what will be next city, next day is amazing. So it's nice.
And we know that it was your first contract. Can you tell us your expressions? Especially, it's interesting to know how did you adapt with your team specifically, with also maybe other departments, crew. How your adaptation and like what are your expressions of a crew life?
Yes, my first day was more difficult because I don't know nobody at all. In the I start to, my God, who should I put confidence, because my first roommate was a problem for me, but then the other ones was very nice person, two Brazilians and one from Indonesia, and like a first contract, my impression is better than uh, let me think how I say it's better than I think it will be, because I was hoping very stressful work and people screaming like shouting, you should do this, lah. But no, it's like very kind team. My colleagues also very nice. So it was better than I think.
And
Let me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how was living on board? Like, how is it living on board? And also, what of language do you speaking with your colleagues? Like, there are Brazilians, but are there like other cultures? Like, I don't know,
Um,
Spain, Argentina, or whatever.
So, what's the first question?
How is it living
Living on board. Okay. So it's
at your board life?
very, yes,
Like
it's
how is it
different.
living at your board at the board?
Yeah, it's different because sometimes you feel the movement of the ship, but only sometimes. It's not like very hard. It's okay. We think it's, oh my God, I'm going to the sea and I'll look up a big wave, but it's not like this. It's only too scared. It's very chill, the movement. It helps to sleep. And about the language we speak, the moment I come to the ship the first time, the lady who received me is a Brazilian, but she start to speak with me like in English, and I say, "Oh, yes, I'm understanding. That's nice." And then she look at me and start to talking Portuguese, Brazilian. And I say, oh, you speak Portuguese very well. And she say, I'm a Brazilian. I say, oh my God, thank
Oh my
you.
God.
Yes. And then I
Coming
sign some
out,
papers.
coming out, coming out.
And then I go inside the ship and there's some people waiting for me, all Brazilians. I say, my God, would be very nice. So it was nice because they have a lot of Brazilians, but also a lot of people from the entire world. So my best friends was some of them from Philippines, one of them from India, another one from Tunisia,
Mhm.
another one from Africa. So we together only speak for English.
Mhm.
Sometimes we teach each other some words, and then we start to make phrases
Mhm.
with languages mixed, you know, Portuguese, Spanish, and it's very nice.
Actually, here I want to be a bit bitchy, you know, and do a provoking question. I never do that, but today, in this episode, I really want to do it. So it's gonna be the first time. So our viewers don't judge me. Master, I did some research.
Mm.
Because of the common, let's say, common friends. And I know your sheep did Brazilian season, which took you from end of November until like March. I have a very like, okay, let's say not very, but provoking question. A lot of cruise members tell passengers, usually just in like, you know, friendship talks, that Brazilian season is very hard because the full ship, the full crew is mostly Brazilians. Like they start the Brazilians. So the question is, how do you understanding the mentality of Brazilian management? Maybe how precious it could be. And you also, I think you did, if I'm not mistaken, you did European season, Mediterranean part. So the question is, mentally for you, it was easier in the Brazilian season or European in regards with the cruise? It can be any position, guys, any position, any departments. And what challenges you faced during the Brazilian season, because knowing the Brazilian guests, the Brazilian crew, how precious they can be, how immature some people can be. How do you cope mentally being on your first contract? Because, for example, when you go on the first contract, you don't know what's gonna happen. You know, you don't know
Yeah.
people or their mentality.
So my first days, I start my contract in Europe, like Italy, Greek, and Montenegro, Croatia. So the European guests, they are very polite and kind, you know. But when we start to come to Brazil, we arrived in Brazil. I noticed that the Brazilians guest was very, how I say, expression, like I speak too loud and blah, 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 yeah, and start to joking with everybody and too much touching, you know. And we start to oh my God, so different from Europe. Yes, I'm Brazilian. I know my people. I know how we receive the people. But it was first see like in the ship, it was strange. I say, my God, the Brazilians really are different. Really have this like a flame, you know.
Mm.
They are hot people.
And what about
So
the group itself?
the crew was very nice because the people in the ship, like the guests, they like more the Brazilian crew because Brazilian
Mhm.
crew they give you attention. They ask for like how was your day, la la la, and you start to
Person.
engage like a relation, you know, like
Mhm.
guest and crew. The other nationalities don't do that, especially the Europeans. You know, the Brazilian have a kind of way of treat the guests.
Yeah, but a lot of, let's say in this question, a lot of, for example, I was, my viewers and I think Anna and my followers on Instagram, they know that I did the Arab season with Virtuosa as well as 1 week of Mediterranean season with Fantasia in December. And I actually saw some crew members which are Brazilians, but they were serious, not expressed, you know. But I was talking to the crew members, and all of them said that Brazilian season is the worst one because of the management. Regarding this part, was it hard for your colleagues, for you to be working like mentally?
Yes, yes. Like the worst part of in the Brazilian season is the people in the South America. They don't spend money. You know, they
Mhm.
go and ask for how much is this? Like $10, but in reais in our currency. So it's very different prices. And for the Brazilians guests and the Latin guests, the things in the ship was is very expensive. So they like the things like for free. That's I think that's why because people doesn't like the Brazilian season because it's the worst for you make money. Brazilian don't give
And the management
tips
put the pressure on you, right? As I
and
understand.
exactly the management at all departments start to push you for push and
Mhm.
start to sell everything, try everything, give discounts, give service. So you know, it's more difficult. Really, it's really is.
That's actually interesting, Anna, because you think that Brazilians, they're so easy, but at the same time, they can break you like your mental health by zero.
Because they are very smart. They are very smart. This is so
I think the
expensive. It's
European
better.
season is the
It's better
best.
if I. They always say it's better if I buy this on internet and start to laughing.
Like I think that's always some people like from other cultures are a mental health breaker, like also Congo. That is from Congo, so they are like mental health breakers. They can make you down. But I found it interesting that you say that your colleagues are also Brazilians. So do you feel like being at home at the MC Fantasy or MC the crew member Brazilian? Do you feel like being at home again a little bit, or is it like more difficult for you to be with them every day?
About my crew members, you say, or about the passengers at all?
Crew members.
Yeah, about the crew member is nice because when we do the Brazilian season, the entire ship needs a specific number of Brazilians work in the ship. So in Brazilian season, we have a lot of Brazilians crew, and it's like it's good because we start to understand because Brazil is so big country and have a very different kind of cultures and people and not the costumes because costumes means another thing in English, but like the culture at all. So work with Brazilians in the ship is nice. They teach me a lot of things, especially my last roommate. He worked in the ship since 9 years ago. he have 9 years of MSC company, so he knows about everything. He teach me a lot of things. I am very grateful for this because he teach me a lot of things about spa, about the ship at all, everything. So I kind of feel like home.
Actually, let's talk about a bit now, about the relationship between the crew members.
Yes.
We in our previous episode we talked to Jazz. She was from the shop department. She told us a lot about different cultures and different that they're friendly. For me, like talking to you, I have this impression that when you go specifically to Brazilian season, from one side, yeah, it's kind of you feel at home, but at the same time, it's hard because of the management, etc., etc. So I have this kind of a question for an actual Brazilian. I have this opportunity which I really want to ask. Uh, would you rather be like if you would, for example, let's say the company give you opportunity to say you can do the Brazilian season again, like with the same crew member you did on the Lyrica, yeah. Or you do at the same time you do Arab season where it's more Europeans, like more Russian, or Mediterranean season where it's like let's say France, Spain, Italy. Which one, like, and considering, like, let's say from the point of view of the crew members, which one would you rather choose out of three?
I think the Mediterranean because of the money, it's more easy to make money. Also, the weather, like, is better than here in the South America.
But if
And
only the crew, but if only we're talking not these factors, but also like the crew, the diversity of the culture, more because, for
yes,
example,
I think everybody rather to be on the Europe because this what I say is the most important thing is the weather. A lot of people complain about the weather of the Brazilian season. A lot of crew complain about the money. In South America, it's hard to make money for everybody.
Mm. Okay, that's interesting because like the spa thing and the crew life is very interesting to know. Anna, do you have question?
You say like in South America it's hard to make or have money, make money. What is it for you to like when you see all the Europeans or even from like Saudi Arabia, some people like this Dubai, how is it for you to see them people always going on a shop on and buying something and all of this in another country? Like, how is it for you to be at other countries and see all of this, how people came into a shop, for example?
So the most different thing that I notice in the European people or Mediterranean people about buying things in shopping is these people who receive money like in euro or dollars, they don't care about the price. They come and say, yes, I want this. And they don't ask, how much is this? No, just buy in, whatever, I don't care. And the other people like Brazilians, Latin America, like Argentines, Uruguayans, they also always have, oh, how much this? Too expensive for me, I cannot. Or they start to think and say, about the pressure, yes, now I will buy this, but a lot of pressure, this for me is uh the main difference between people.
Okay, I have also another provoking question. I don't hesitate to answer this provoking question. But
Yeah.
I have it, and I'm dared not to ask it. Any dramas to spill, like competition between like you or spa guy, for example, shop department or restaurant. Any dramas happening behind, like in a group
Yes.
bar for some people, like because
Yes.
I'm spilling now. Let's talk about specifically the crew members of Brazilian season.
Yes. A lot of
Still
like
to ask what is happening behind what passengers see.
like some people of the shop, they like to tell how much they did for a day. Like, oh, today I sell 100, oh my god,
I know,
$1,000 in shop. I say,
I know,
oh, very nice. Today I
Always
only cut one hair.
I
Thank
exactly
you.
know who did that. I exactly know, I understand. I exactly know who did that. I'm sure I know.
Well, I don't
Okay,
know.
what else?
So
What else? What else? Tell us.
um I know also the people from theater, the
Uh-huh.
artists, they suffer in the hands of the crew members because their contract is some kind of different. They have access of pool, they can swim in the pool guest, they they have a lot of
Priorities.
good priorities, yes. And then the people start to look at them like, why they can swim in the pool and we are not? And then the people start to look at them like with this, I don't like them, and
Just
say,
in
my
case
God.
Just in case some Lyrica crew members are watching us, it's not to insult you guys. It's just interesting for us to see
yeah.
I
the
love you.
action. No, I
I
love
love
you.
you,
The
Lyrica.
action, the action between what is actually going on. Because, like, what I like personally, me as a passenger, what I see is just like imagine this situation on the ship. Two different department crews coming. They talk perfectly, no enemy, no dramas, just like a professionalism. What happening behind is more interesting because the real faces,
Yeah,
the real faces we see the reality of how let's say not perfect, like we are, like not real, we are not perfect but real.
yeah.
It's like
I
the biggest dramas ever are in a crew or in a family. It's always like this, like
Yeah. Yeah, actually, just also told us that all crew members are like family, so there's no fight without that. If there's no fight. But actually, what she also told us, what I want to understand, like just told us, and I consider it like myself that shop department is the easiest because like when it's the poor day, you just relax. They just relax. What is like in the spa? Do you have like this privileges like shop does? Because I think the shop are the laziest guys in the world, because not to bully or something, but for real, it's like for me it's easiest job because the shops are only working when the ship is sailing. So what is like in the spa? Is it like that, or is much
no.
harder?
In Spa, we work like every day, ship in navigation day or port day. Since 8 a.m. until 9 p.m., the Spa is working the whole time, And people from the shop, they only can open the shop when the
Yeah.
ship leave the port.
Mhm.
The shop cannot sell nothing, still the ship stays in the port. So the moment the ship depart, the shop open.
Yeah, we know that. But in Spa, you work full day. But
Yeah.
your manager still manages to give you take time off, like to go out in the city, enjoy the
Yeah.
city. This is right under
Yes.
of the Spa.
Yes. We have also the time because we have two teams in the Spa. The whole team is divided in two teams. Team A, Team B. So today the Team A is off until 3 o'clock. Then we switch, the team.
so it's always
And this
like
is
having
yes, only
one
since
day free and the other one you're going to work, or just how was like?
How does it
Like,
switch?
for
I think.
example, today I supposed to start to 8 a.m. So I go 8 a.m. until 9 p.m. But the team who has the off day, still they start 8 a.m. They start 3 o'clock and go to 9 p.m. And next day is my turn to get the off time. So I start at 3 and finish at 9.
So it
Only
changes.
in the port days, C days, the whole team, both teams work the whole day.
And so it depends on the day, not the itinerary. So it can be one itinerary is like that, the other is so it changes every day for you.
No, it's like it's already how do I say? It's already certain, you know. When we receive the itinerary, we already know the days we will be off and the days will be work.
Okay.
And we mark all the calendar.
That's interesting. That's interesting way of dividing the spa. That I didn't know there's going to be like 2 teams. I thought it was like 1.
Yeah, me also. Like I thought it's one team, and then actually they gonna change it in 1 month or whatever.
Now I can come.
Yeah.
Now I can come on MSC and just say, I know how the spa works. Actually, I also have a question. Maybe it's one of the last questions of our episode. Is in future, what would you rather like say? If what are your advices for those who want to be in the spa department for their like first contract? What are your personal advice for this kind of people?
So I advise them to not be scared of your English level of English. Everybody who speak to me is like, "Oh my God, I don't speak very well." I say, "Don't worry about this. This is the minor problems." So I start to advise to prepare your mind. Your last days, enjoy your family, your friends, because the days on board is hard when you don't have the support. Like even it was online, the first day is very difficult. You need to stay strong, connected with your gods or your family, your friends. Start to send message of good things. It's my advice. So also you need
Don't make
to
dramas in the group.
you made
Don't make
you need
dramas.
to
Don't fight
save
with
money.
and don't
What?
fight with shops. Don't fight with shops when they say we sold 100 things. Don't fight with them. Just go, guys.
Yes.
Don't fight with them.
Don't care about the people shop talking about how much they sell.
Just ignore, guys. Just ignore. Red flag and just ignore, guys. If you go on the ship as a crew, just ignore.
Yeah.
Just say go and just listen. Say well done in the sarcastic way, and then just go do your thing on board.
Yes. Yeah.
So I have one more, because I think we didn't talk about it. The question is, do you miss sometimes your family? Because when you are, for example, not in Brazil with the crew or whatever, do you miss your family, and how are you doing this with your family to see them again and everything?
Yes, this part is very difficult because the first days, like the first weeks, 2 weeks, is very, very difficult. You start to remember them all the time. And I cry a lot. I cried a lot, several times. But you start to, it's okay. I'm
The
doing
time
my
goes.
things. So it's not so difficult. Only the first days, of course. And you start to see the people in the ship, like the crew. A lot of crew coming, a lot of the crew going. So you start to say goodbye a lot of times. and then you start to become more stronger, more stronger. In the end, it's you saying goodbye, and the people who stay there is, oh my God, he leaving. So you start to turn this spin, this well. Sometimes you go up, sometimes you go down. So it's a lot of this movement. You start to become not cold, but you start to
We don't care.
understand that people is like that. People
But do
know
you?
the life.
But do you speak a lot? For example, you did your first contract on the MSC Lyrica. Do you still talk with those who were like during your contract? Do you have are you
Yes,
in touch? I mean,
yes,
not just Instagram likes, comments, but also like WhatsApp or some
yes,
calls. I don't know.
yes. Like five or six of them, I still talking every day, real friends from life.
That's good.
That's interesting. That's actually interesting, But never, guys, never in your life go to dramas with anyone on board in the crew bar. That's what I know from this. What I go is never. That if you're serious, just guys, let it be, let it be. My personal, as an influencer, my personal out of this amazing podcast. This is my main conclusion. Not just about how amazing the spa work is, because for me, I have no understanding at all. After this, I understand totally like how it works. But guys, never go in conflict with the crew members. If you're planning to be a crew member, just let it be, guys. Anna, do you have any questions?
No, I like this was so interesting. I think
Yeah, it was
all
so
the
interesting.
people want to work there also to know something about the MSC Lyrica, or also to be passionate at the MSC Lyrica. This is so interesting.
And not just MSC Lyrica, but all over the fleet.
Yeah.
It's amazing, it's interesting, and the spa department is marvelous, I think.
We're just seeing the big sheep, but what's in the sheep and the people behind the sheep. It's so interesting.
Anna, I think Master will agree with me. All the departments are visible, but when you go, but you don't see spa. For example, personally, me as a passenger, believe spa is invisible for me, like because everybody.
A lot of guests doesn't know that we have a spa. The last day in the ship, they walk and say, "Oh my God, we don't know we have a spa here. It's the last day. Oh my God, we should go." You see, the whole week they go to the entire ship, and some of them doesn't know that the spa exists.
And it's the way how you can compare how shops work and how spa works, totally different, and it was very interesting to know. So, and overall, your life as a first contract, the person from the first contract, your impressions was very brilliant for us, like diamond, because it was like, this emotion, fresh emotion to feel,
yes.
Like the new emotions, the new connections, these thoughts, everything. So it was really interesting podcast, Master. We're glad to have you, and thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you.
We hope you loved it.
And sorry for these days. Don't answer you. I don't. I don't ghosting you. Okay. Sorry, I was busy.
It's okay. And of course, so we are happy to have you in our podcast again. To share with us some more insights, some more dramas.
Don't come to Brazil to kill me, okay?
No.
You guys, this amazing podcast episodes.
Yes.
And follow us.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram, and we have us YouTube.
And Spotify.
Oh yeah, Spotify, but yeah, it's on Spotify.
Yeah, of course.
Master Play.
Huh?